Hey guys, welcome back to Mid-Card Mania. I'm Daniel.
This is Steven.
Where you at last week?
I had to work.
Where was you at 2 weeks ago?
I was at work.
Oh my god, this guy. Yeah, we normally fire motherfuckers for shit like this.
This is my first day off, dude.
Oh my god. Well, I'm glad to have you back right now because this is a big match. I couldn't handle it by myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Battle Royal.
Battle Royal. We're going to WrestleMania 2, 20-man Battle Royal. Now, Steve, you're not really a big fan of Battle Royals, are you?
I'm more like the one-on-one kind of guy. I'm interested in the match. I'm not interested in who gets eliminated.
I caught this guy jacking off one time watching a Daniel Bryan CM Punk match.
Oh,
I'm not making this up. I walked in. It was awkward. I joined, but I wasn't happy about it, I'll be honest with you. But, see, now,
holy shit.
I, on the other hand, have you guys been watching the main event and even my other stuff, you guys know I love Battle Royals. I mean, that's actually my favorite match. In fact, as a kid, I liked it better than the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble had the element of surprise, who's coming out next or whatever. Yeah. But to me, a Battle Royal was like everybody's on even ground.
I take that back. I did like Royal Rumbles.
Royal Rumbles, yeah.
I did like them.
Like I said, Battle Royals to me, I always love. And the truth is, this is one of my favorites right here. Like right now, if you were to have me rank, and I won't do it for time purposes, but if you want me to rank my top 5 Battle Royals, this would be in there easily. And I've always been a big fan of this pay-per-view. Grew up watching this over and over. This is one of those cassette tapes I just had. I just rewatched and wore that tape out, and I particularly like this match. So,
do you remember the No Mercy Battle Royal? There's like you have to eliminate 100.
Oh, you're talking about on the game?
On the game, yeah.
You're getting sidetracked here, Steve.
Yeah.
We're on WrestleMania 2 right now.
I want to know. We're on the subject of Battle Royals.
We're on Battle Royals.
Yeah. I want to know is there anybody actually out there that actually won that? Because
I remember I didn't do that one, but on one of the SmackDown games they had like the slobber knocker, and if you won over 100, you got you unlocked something retarded or whatever. And I actually played it. That's how much of a life I actually had. I would just sit in my room and play it until I beat it until forever. So anyways,
I didn't even win the Battle Royal.
This guy right here. So anyways, let's get right into it. Now the one thing I will say right off the bat, I love about this, I like the fact they had football guys in this.
Yeah.
Now this was a perfect match for them because, like you said earlier, or I don't think you said on the show, you said before the show, there wasn't a whole lot of moves per se. No one had to learn to take a bump, pretty much. You just had to basically get tumbled out or whatever.
Thrown out of the ring.
And that worked out good because it looks good.
Yeah.
Literally, you put Golden Boy, Dan Spivey up there against, I don't know, Bill Fralic. They put the same kind of thing.
Did Danny Spivey turn into that weird ass? Trying to think. Oh, it was a precursor to the Bray Wyatt. I'm trying to think what his name.
Oh yeah, Waylon Mercy.
Waylon Mercy, yeah.
Yeah, but
that was fucking creepy.
Getting sidetracked. Back to the match, but it was great because they looked just as strong as the wrestlers. Mm-hmm. That's what I liked about it. It wasn't like watching the LT versus Bam Bam Bigelow where it was just like he was limited. Everybody here seemed like they were, you actually had a good fight. Now, I liked that. I also love about this match, and I didn't notice until this time I watched it, the crowd. Yeah. Like, literally a sports crowd. Because we're in Chicago. So, and there's only 2 Chicago Bears. I threw me off too. I was like, you think you have more, but 2 Chicago Bears. You had Jimbo Covert and William Refrigerator Perry. Yeah. And dude, they get the loudest pops. But then other people come out. Now you assume that these football guys, they're good guys. They're faces, right? I mean, they're just joining the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Booed from the Atlanta Falcons. Fuck you!
Yeah.
No, you're not the refrigerator. No, get it. Literally, I'm just like, holy. And like the Iron Sheik would come out, he got the booze, obviously, but it would rival like from the San Francisco 49ers. Boo! Go back to San Francisco. It was just like, holy shit, guys. And it didn't just stop there. Like the other pops, with the exception of Andre the Giant and Bruno Sammartino, because, goddammit, it's Andre the Giant and Bruno Sammartino. Dude, no one really got a good reaction, or they were just booed for no reason.
Not even the guy with who won the Triple Crown.
Pedro
he didn't get very much of a pop when he first came out.
And the thing is, I mean, he was, in his time, he was a popular guy, but, like, not much of a reaction here at all. Insane. So let's get into the actual match itself.
Okay.
What was some highlights for you?
Some of the highlights for me was...
I know you were all about Tony Atlas getting taken out pretty early.
Yeah.
Well, in the first elimination, you guys caught it or not, it was Haku under the guise of, was it King Tonga?
King Tonga,
King Tonga. Him and Jimbo Covert got dumped out same time. We'll get to Jimbo here in a second, because there's a funny story post-match with that guy. But anyways, get dumped out. You're right. Fucking Tony Atlas, world's strongest man. Wasn't that strong?
No, it wasn't Tony Atlas. It was Arcidi.
Oh, Ted Arcidi. Ted Arcidi, you're right. Well, neither one of them lasted long, so it didn't matter. It didn't matter. But then, of course, you had Bruno Sammartino in there, which and I kind of forget, for him being a legend that he is, he only competed at one WrestleMania.
Yep.
And it's a battle royal, and it's like that don't even seem fair. Give this guy a jobber to fuck around with for a couple minutes. Give him, I don't know. It just seems kind of like it's not right fair. But like you said, Pedro Morales same way, and they're a legend of the business, and it's like, we need filler. They feel like fillers, and they're not fillers. They shouldn't be fillers.
No,
but it did feel that way. Kind of weird to see the Hart Foundation in the blue and black instead of the pink and black. I'm not gonna lie, it's always a little jarring. I'm like,
and it kind of throws you off a little bit.
Just a bit. Iron Sheik, of course, has the most eliminations. He has 5. That's a quarter of the fucking Rumble. Sheik just dumps out. Tell us about, what about Refrigerator Perry? Let's talk about him for a second. Okay. Go ahead and jump into that.
Refrigerator Perry, actually the Bears won the Super Bowl in 1985.
I did not know that. Was he on the team when they did that?
Yeah.
Super Bowl champion in there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Got more pop than former Triple Crown champion.
And he got eliminated by Big John Studd. He eliminated Big John Studd. Then Big John Studd eliminated him.
No, it was reversed. You had it right. He was eliminated first. Perry got thrown out first.
Perry got thrown out first by Big John Studd. And Big John
I'll tell you about that whole thing. I find hilarious.
What?
All right. So, Perry does great. To me, I remember being a kid watching this thinking that he could win it. Because when you're a kid, you don't really realize that this shit's scripted or whatever. To me, anybody can win this thing. So I remember watching it, and dude, from the crowd reaction and how he handled himself in there, I was just like, he could win this. Like, why wouldn't he win it, And I remember when he tackles the Hart Foundation early on, they both get split open, they're over top rope for both of them. I was like, holy shit. Like, this is brutal. And he goes after Big John Studd next.
Yeah.
First tackle, bam, right to the corner. I'm like, yes. Because I wasn't a big John Studd fan. Respect him as a wrestler today. As a kid, though, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hate the bad guys. And I hated it. I was like, fuck that guy. Throw his ass out, Refrigerator. They went for it again.
Yeah, Big John Studd knocked him out.
Took him out. But then, here's what I think is just ridiculous. Like, this is where... I'll buy the fact that these these football players can hang with the wrestlers, but here's where I'm like, you're stretching a little too thin, is when Refrigerator Perry, on the outside and down, having to reach up, offers a handshake to Big John Studd, who's a heel.
Yeah.
This is something he would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like what heels would be like, if I get thrown out, and this motherfucker, I'm going to try to, I'll shake his hand and pull him out. And yet, Studd's like... Okay, and he has to reach over and down. Like he literally is on tippy toes, I'm trying to reach your hand, and it's like you get dumped out. Well, no shit. What did you expect was going to happen? Oh, it's ridiculous. If it would have happened to another football guy, or like you said, if it would have been reversed, if Studd got thrown out, and then Trick, because you still be like, well, come on, Refrigerator, you're a little retarded.
Studd would have done something like that.
Yeah, it would make more sense. But the fact that they're like, Studd, here's how we want you to go out. Fall from that handshake and then get pulled out. A little ridiculous. Now, I will say, in this match, the one thing, because when I was a kid, all these dudes are, huge dudes in there, but the one guy who was really scrawny was a guy named Russ Francis. And he just looked odd, because he had these little skimpier tights than anybody else had, like little trunks, and a white t-shirt. Yeah. This was his attire. And... I remember thinking, as a kid, he was a kid thinking, he ain't gonna last long. Why would he? Makes it to the Final Four. Now, before we get into the Final Four, let me talk about what this guy was doing the entire match. Well, you tell me, who was he going after the entire match?
Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant! What? If you watch this match...
Guy doesn't have a brain.
I urge you to watch this match. No, see, I think he does, because he's the one thinking, you gotta get rid of the big guy first. Now, you usually want to have other people helping you.
Exactly.
You think your fellow football men would get together and help, but he was like, I'm going to go after myself. Now, here's what intrigues me, because I've seen it a million times before, and I never quite paid attention to him. But as I'm watching this time around, once again, I know everything else is happening. I'm like, let me just watch Russ Francis for a second. And he's almost every second of this match, he is after Andre. Now, as a kid, you'd be, I guess, courageous. But as an adult, you heard stories about Andre. Like, if you kind of take him off the ring, he would take it out on you.
He'd fuck you up.
Ask Bam Bam Bigelow. Like, that's a story I'd love to hear.
From what I heard, he basically threw Bam Bam Bigelow all around the ring. Like
Bret Hart said, he punted him around like a soccer ball the way he did. Now, I don't know if there was a match in Japan. He was drunk, and he no-sold the punches and kicks from this Japanese wrestler, and it pissed the Japanese wrestler off, and Antonio Inoki had to come down there to explain to Andre what was going on. Well, yeah, I explained to the Japanese wrestler what was going on, and Andre pretty much just he no-sold him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, literally.
Also, Andre the Giant laid down and let the little guy pin him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, he's a guy who's no nonsense. Like, he's in there for a job. He's in there to perform a match. And if you were to bug him, he would hurt you. He really would. Now, what intrigued me is, like, literally, you see this match, like, Francis will come out of nowhere and, like, just jump into Andre. Like, Andre's fighting somebody else, and here comes Francis, and he does it, like, 3 or 4 times. I was shocked at the size, because Francis is a small guy. I think you honestly are probably bigger than him. Like, seriously, he's a short guy, he's skinny. I don't know what the fuck he was on the football field. He had to be a kicker or something. I don't know. He was small. And I kept thinking, like, is Andre just going to, like, lift this guy and just, like, toss him out, fuck you? Like, wrestlers tend to hate non-wrestlers anyways. You heard stories about, Mr. T, how people didn't like him when he came in. Of course,
Roddy Piper despised that motherfucker. Well,
then again, of course, he had a main event spot too, but still, no matter what, when you're a non-wrestler and you come into the sport, they tend not to like you. So, I find it, weird that, like, a lot of these football guys made it as far as they did, as opposed to, but then the fact that, like, Russ Francis is just battling Andre the entire fucking thing, and not only that, makes it not just past the rest of the NFL guys, but to the Final Four.
Yeah.
He outlasted Big John Studd, Iron Sheik, Pedro Morales, Bruno Sammartino.
Killer Bees.
Russ Francis. Now, I did a little research, because I'll be honest, I didn't know anything about this guy. Literally, I've seen this match numerous times, just didn't give a shit one way or the other, but as I'm watching it this last time, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And I look it up.
Okay.
Now, they do mention in the commentary that he does have some amateur wrestling background.
Really?
And maybe that did give him a little bit of a bite. They're like, you know what, this guy clearly, he has some wrestling background. We'll go, and maybe that's why I got to Final Four, I don't know. But I looked it up, and apparently this guy had a slight wrestling career after WrestleMania 2.
Really?
Went on to the AWA for a brief period, and then went to a territory in Hawaii, the NWA Hawaii territory, and actually captured the tag titles there. I couldn't tell you how his partner was. I read it, didn't recognize the name at all, but got him some gold, got him some wrestling gold.
Really?
And then, but here's the kicker, and here's where I think it all comes together. Here's why I think now they did let him get by with it. His father, wrestling promoter.
Really?
Yep. And
his father was a wrestling promoter?
It all comes together right there. As soon as I read that, I was like, there you go. That's how he didn't get murdered by Andre, and how literally he survived that long. That's the only thing I can think of, because, like, other than that, it boggles the mind.
Yeah.
So we get up to the Final Four. Who is in the Final Four?
The Hart Foundation, Andre the Giant, and
Russ Francis. Pretty decent Final Four. I mean, we put together. It's a shocking Final Four, but still.
Of course, Bret Hart was pretty much what you would call a mid-carder.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
And to me, it didn't make no sense to have, like the Hart Foundation actually show up as like one of the last 4.
No, absolutely, but it made him look good. Like,
literally,
the truth is, I think the fact that they did that. Bret always had that natural charisma, anyways. Like, you were always drawn to him. But the fact that, like you said, it's a tag team. At this point, they broke in maybe the year before. Maybe, I don't remember. They come in 85 or 86.
I was 84.
Oh, 84. Okay, so they've been there for a little bit. They, no tag gold yet. They're in a battle royal. Clearly, they are thrown together. Like, at this point, it's like, you don't have a match for you. You're going to fill up the battle. It's what they do today with the Andre the Giant battle royal. They're just like, who's left? You guys, just you guys get together. You guys are there. Yeah. We don't care about you guys enough to actually give you guys real matches.
Yeah.
Just fuck around with Battle Royal. That's what they did here. Essentially, that's what they did. And yet, they shine. Mm-hmm. They both did. In fact, both of them. Like, I don't want to throw out Bret because, Jim Neidhart does too. Yeah. So, first elimination of the Final Four. Walk us through it.
First elimination of the Final Four, it was, of course, it was the jackass that was attacking Andre.
Oddly enough, not eliminated by Andre. That's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And actually, I like, while I watch it now, I got more appreciation for him because, like, literally, he's on the ground. He is literally, he's got you can tell he has that wrestling background. He's outmaneuvered him for a little bit, but they catch up to him, beat him down, and then eliminated him. Yeah. Now, my favorite elimination of the entire pay-per-view, or entire Battle Royal, is next. Okay, so they got Andre in the corner, beating him down, but he eventually powers out. He's Andre. He's the king of Battle Royals. That's that's why he has his own, memorial, and rightfully should. So Hart gets knocked to the side, and then he grabs Jim Neidhart by the goatee, which is always a favorite place to grab him, and he clubs him down. Now, if I hit you down, you would fall down.
Yeah.
He is hit, wobbles sideways, and then just lofts himself over the top rope. I'm like, that's a powerful fucking punch. When it hits you so hard that even your body...
Imagine that motherfucker really hitting you.
Oh, dude, yeah, he'd kill him. He'd just be dead.
You'd be dead. No,
instead,
your face would be caved in and you'd be dead.
Instead, he gets hit, does a weird walk, and then, like... jumps himself over. Like, he's just like, I guess I'm leaving now. It's like,
yeah.
Which I'm not gonna lie, if Andre was in there and he hit me, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the jump. I'll see you later. Yeah. Finish off the match for us, Steve.
Of course, it came down to Bret Hart and Andre the Giant, which I was surprised it came down to
for the time.
Actually, Bret Hart.
The weird thing is
Andre.
The weird thing is, like, now you look at it, you're like, well, naturally you have to come down to Hart and Andre because Hart would become Bret Hart, and then of course
become
the man. Of course, Andre's the man at the time. So now looking back, it's like, well, yeah, naturally, that'd be the two I'd let last two. But then it is kind of shocking.
Andre actually had a match in Milan.
I do.
Italy.
I heard of
it was a halfway decent match.
That's what I hear. Back to the Battle Royal.
Okay, back to the Battle Royal. So Andre pretty much throws Hart out.
Right on top of Jim Neidhart. Yeah. We start off with, like, as soon as Neidhart's out, Hart's on top rope, and I'm like, what would you plan to accomplish there? Like, that's like Battle Royal 101. You don't get on top rope ever.
No, you don't.
It can go badly.
Even if you hit Andre, he's going to catch your ass.
Exactly.
Probably throw you out anyways.
Unceremoniously drops him over the top rope, collides with Jim Neidhart. Andre Giant wins. Boom. King of Battle Royal lives on. The funny little thing, if you guys stick around after the match, there's Jimbo Covert giving this interview. Mean Gene's, how's it feel to be... First one there, right? But he's a Chicago Bear, so the crowd loves him. He's out there, and dude, first thing he says, like, I was cheated. They jumped me from behind. And I'm like, have you never seen a Battle Royal? That's the Battle Royal. You're in a ring surrounded by people. If you're toward the middle, guess what? There's going to be someone behind you at some point, I promise. That's in the beginning. And this is the fact that he was so committed, like, but he sells it. He's like, I was cheated. I was tossed out from behind. They couldn't beat me. It's like, all right, buddy. Just calm down. I wish that these actually stories would have continued on. Like Jimbo would have came back and like started him and Perry both could have came back and went after Big John Studd and the entire Heenan family. It would have been great. It would have been great fucking feud, but it never was. All right, so let's talk about some fallout. The paths these guys took after the Battle Royal. Why don't you start us off?
Of course, Andre the Giant pretty much he went on. He basically went on to like do Princess Bride and.
Iconic role in Princess Bride, by the way. I love that movie.
And he pretty much went to Japan.
Does that make me a sissy? If I love
I love that movie too.
Great movie.
Damn good movie.
Awesome. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, and he also went to Japan and pretty much became the Giant Machine. They tried to play it off like he wasn't Andre the Giant. He was the Giant Machine.
Well, if you remember the storyline, because whenever his health was getting to him, and he would go on to Japan and do the movie, but to write him off, they had to get rid of him somehow. So he no-showed a match with Big John Studd and King Kong Bundy. Yeah. And of course, Bobby Heenan, being the weasel he is, was like, suspend him, get him out of here, we're done with him. He comes back as the Giant Machine, and of course, who else would look like that? Like, it was obviously Andre Giant, yeah. But of course, no one believes it, and they're trying to prove in vain.
And the Super Machine was actually acts of
there it is.
demolition.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Edie.
So then, where do you go after that? 'Cause he had a pretty good storyline after that, I believe.
He after that he turned heel and went with Bobby the Brain Heenan.
That's right.
And you had the. I'm not a fan of the WrestleMania 3 main event. I'm not.
So you're fired now, I guess.
I guess I am.
I'll catch
Yeah,
you later.
I guess I am. But yeah, he went on to face Hogan.
Most epic main event.
I think he should have. I think he should have went over on Hogan. To be honest, at least give the guy that. The guy's gonna retire soon.
Such an awesome fucking match, though. I don't know, man. It was the right thing to do. He should have went over the second time without some fucking twin finish, but whatever. It is what it is.
He still went over.
He did,
even though he gave the belt to Ted DiBiase.
Still. But I always feel like Andre was okay with everything because honestly, if that guy wanted to do whatever he wanted to do, he could have.
Yeah.
He could have been like, you know what?
Hogan was scared shitless.
Yeah.
He was scared. He's like, what's Andre gonna do? What's Andre gonna do? And
I think a lot of people were too. I think a lot of people were just probably like.
If it was me, if I was Andre, I would have double crossed. I would have just beat the shit out of Hogan.
Oh, lands. Not team player. You know who wouldn't double cross Hogan?
Who?
Steven Teddy Bear. So that's what Andre did. After this match, the Killer Bees and Sheik would still kind of, because you see them in this match, they're definitely attacking each other a lot. That feud would continue on. Sheik would eventually team up with his partner Nikolai Volkov, and they would meet at WrestleMania 3. The only time that you ever hear the word Sheik wins by disqualification. It's ridiculous, but it did happen. He has, I forget which one of the bees in the camel clutch. Hacksaw Jim Duggan's.
Came out.
Yeah. Acting like a jackass, runs in there and knocks him in for the 2x4. What do you know about Hillbilly Jim? What did he do at WrestleMania 3?
Hillbilly Jim, he actually teamed up with Little Beaver and Hitty Kid to go up against King Kong Bundy and Lord Littlebrook and Little Tokyo. Yeah. Of course, Hillbilly Jim and Little Beaver and Hitty Kid went over on Bundy, Littlebrook, and Tokyo.
Disqualification.
Yes.
Because Bundy, being an asshole,
slammed Little Beaver.
I agree with Jesse Ventura, though, because Beaver was actually hitting Bundy throughout the match, and the referee did nothing about it. Just saying. Little Beaver run around, doing little pot shots. Everybody thought it was funny. As soon as Bundy gets a little revenge, people flip out. Yeah. His own bitches turn against him. It's ridiculous. And then, of course, the Hart Foundation. They would end up teaming with one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Dangerous Danny Davis. And they would go up against
the British Bulldogs and Tito Santana.
But you know what? I think we'll talk about that another day. How about that? We'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. All right. So, Steve, we ran our mouth enough about what happened in the match, the build-up, the fallout. People want to know. I want to know. What did you think about this match? Overall, what did you think about the match?
I think it was. I'm not going to say it was bad. The Battle Royal. Of course, I don't really get into them. Mm-hmm. It was pretty decent. I figured, to be honest, they would have William Perry go over in the Battle Royal. That's who I thought would win it.
So you never saw this before now? You mean before when you watched it before you thought Perry? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I figured Perry would go over as the winner.
Well, crowd reaction and everything else.
Yeah, but I figured it would either be Perry or Andre the Giant because none of them other mid-carders and like old superstars would go over.
No. Absolutely, agree. Totally agree. Honestly, love it. Already mentioned it. Once again, this just fits. I think it was just a perfect match. Like I said, it was great seeing the old timers come back. Even if I do think that they should have lasted a little bit longer. Up and comers. Once again, Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart still fairly new. As far as
They've only
experience
been in the
goes.
company for 2 years.
Haku making an appearance. They're all making the WrestleMania debut. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, you got... and we didn't see him battle a whole lot, maybe early on, but, seeing Big John Studd and, Andre the Giant lock up was kind of cool. Once again, seeing your old favorite. And then, like I said, the football guys, they fit perfectly. And the thing is, this is one of those matches I don't hear much about. Like, I don't hear too many shoot interviews where you're like, let's talk about that Battle Royal. They're just not out there. And I wish I could hear, like, you know, what the wrestlers thought about their football guys being in there. Wish I knew what the football guys were thinking. You know, I want to hear more about it, but you don't hear much about it.
You don't.
So, but yeah, overall, I really liked it. So, Steve, when you take it home for us?
Okay. Thanks for watching the show and read between the lines. Okay, and
Read between the lines.
I'm not just saying fuck you. It's the middle, mid card. It's in the middle. You get the joke. At least I hope you get the joke.
Next week, Stephen Tabor will be back. All right. So, anyways,
it wasn't okay.
don't forget to tune in next week.
Tune in.
What we got next week?
What we got next week? I think it's the actual 6-man tag match between Dangerous
That's
and
not it at all.
I thought it was it.
Next week we're doing the mid-card Maniac. We're going to find out who the mid-card Maniac of 1986 is. So, it's all right, my man. I'll carry you through it. I didn't have to carry Stephen Tabor, though. All right.
Oh.
So, anyways, I'm Daniel.
I'm Steven.
And, guys, catch you next time.